What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. This might be the most epic collapse, the most epic failure, the most instant of regrets in internet history, as Artesian Builds, the custom-made computer manufacturer that we've covered a couple of times over the past 2 weeks, has reached its final conclusion. Understand that what this started with was a live stream where the CEO of the company was picking contest winners. All you needed to enter the contest to win was to have their logo on your Twitch About Us page, essentially advertising for free for Artesian Builds. One of those said streamers won the contest fair and square, was owed a free computer, and the CEO of the company, who is clearly more concerned with becoming Twitch famous than running a company, refused to give the computer to said streamer. The internet absolutely crushed him. And then in response, they finally offered the free computer to the streamer. But by then, I believe it was friend of the channel, Meta PCs, who had already stepped in and sent her and offered to send her a new computer. So she was able to tell them no. She built a huge platform of streaming off this free, hilarious advertising. And as of 8 hours ago, the entire company has now been shuttered. We're going to recap how we got here after a quick word from an actual good computer company, Meta PCs.
Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Meta PCs. Look, you've been around, you know that I've been talking about Meta PCs for a very long time. In fact, it's the primary computer I use. But it's not just because they're a sponsor. It's for so many more reasons. They have fully customizable, configurable PCs and all the hardest to find parts in stock and ready to go. They also have ready to ship PCs ready for you today. Here's a couple of reasons why I like Meta PCs. First and foremost, it's veteran ownership. Meta PCs is a veteran-owned business. One of Meta's owners has served both in Afghanistan and Iraq and received a Purple Heart for his service. Meta also employs military veterans in Meta's operations center and also provides systems to veterans going back to school to help them re-enter the workforce all across the United States. They offer financing. It has 100% US-based sales and support. And when you receive your PC, it's ready to go right out of the box. So you don't have to get complicated and set things up. You just plug it all in and you're ready to rock. And on top of that, Meta PCs is offering you, my viewer, a huge discount when you use the link in the description or you use promo code TheQuartering. If you use my code at checkout, not only do you save money, but you support my content and a company that will not bow to cancel culture. So maybe you're not ready to pick up a new computer today, but when you are, remember to go to metapcs.com and use promo code TheQuartering to support me and to save money. And everybody wins.
Now, I had never heard of Artesian Builds because I will only roll with Meta. Well, not only because I know the ownership there and they treat my channel well, but because they're run by good, honest people. Artesian was actually pretty large, according to some nice detective work. We now know that, they had a lot of computers in the pipeline that were for sale or that were pending delivery. So there's a couple of things I want to start off. First and foremost, if you are one of the 50 or so people that were fired last night via a Slack communication, I know a lot of people in the industry. And if you're willing to relocate, please send me or email me your resume. Obviously, I know all the guys at Meta PCs. I'm sure I could find you a job there. Otherwise, if you're a graphics designer or social media person or, there's a lot of people, you may not know this, but I run a search and marketing agency for my day job. Relocation will be less necessary for that. So first and foremost, the real victims of this, the employees who got hosed, and I'm sure didn't support this, email me and I'll try to help. Secondly, we now know that there were orders that were placed by customers who it looks like they're not going to be fulfilled. So if you have an open order with Artesian Builds, I would charge it back almost immediately, or at least look into it, talk to your bank and see what you should do, because you're probably not getting your computer. This started out with, how did we get here? Well, Artesian Builds backs out of giving a streamer a PC and a giveaway. Now, it ended up being much more complicated than this, and I'll lay it all out to you. But That's how we really got to know this company if you weren't one of the people shilling for them. She had essentially won a giveaway fair and square, and they refused to give it to her. The CEO attempted to apologize several times very poorly and only made it worse. Then Artesian Build CEO was accused of tax evasion after the giveaway controversy. We now know that their business license allegedly has been taken away due to said tax issues. Artesian Build CEO Noah Kratz has been accused of tax evasion after the company's business license in California was forfeited. It comes after he was embroiled in a controversy for denying a small streamer their PC giveaway prize live on Twitch. We already know that happened. Now, the exact reason was not given. The Franchise Tax Board states, when your business has been suspended or forfeited, it is not in good standing and loses its rights, powers, and privileges to do business in California. A company by the name of Artesian Future Technology, registered in California under Katz's name, was forfeited March 2nd, 2022, just 7 days ago. Then, several high-profile people, a content creator, went to somebody named Christopher Yee, and found out that Artesian Builds was underclocking video cards rather than solving heat issues or installing additional heat. They were doing this, I assume, I cannot prove this yet, but they were doing this on their own like sponsored computers that they were giving to their streamers. And then presumably they may have also been doing it to customers. So if you see some sort of like EVGA overclocking software on your computer that you got from Artesian Builds, you might want to check to see if they've underclocked your video card, and there may be some sort of recourse that you can get there as well. Last night, now I want to give credit where credit is due. I want to give credit where credit is due to the extremely detailed research that YouTuber Gamers Nexus did. And if you're interested, they've also got great videos on, with the Newegg controversy. Seems like very upstanding individual. I mean, you probably already know them because they're a very large channel, but I was introduced to them, I believe, now through this. They shared a lot of information. And you should, again, watch their video called The Extremely Shady Death of Artesian Builds. But what they had shared through Slack communications and things of that nature is that bank accounts were frozen, employees were fired with zero notice, I assume with no severance pay, and builds that were in process are now in limbo. Now, this message was posted to their Slack last night. Hello, everyone. As I mentioned yesterday, you can't see this, but I'm reading it out of their Slack. I have been spending the past week working, this is from their CEO, relentlessly across many areas of the back end, attempting to secure vital funding necessary to sustain company operations. While that process is continuing, I have an important announcement to share. Effective immediately, Artesian is imposing a full freeze on all business financial activities. To ensure fair treatment of everyone involved with Artesian, including our customers, creditors, employees, Artesian is undergoing a financial analysis by outside counsel for a reorganization purpose and is freezing all payments of any kind pending the recommendations made by counsel. Now, I would suspect that this means paychecks too. Now, you see Artesian Builds, right? We are sad to announce that effective now, we are freezing, suspending all activities. Ongoing is analysis by outside court counsel for reorg to ensure fair treatment of clients, creditors, and employees. We expect more info by month's end. We are open to assistance and investment. Now, a lot of people are making comments like even some ordinary gamers writing, I'd actually be down to buy the company outright and build it back up properly. I think that would be a bad investment. The name is poison, right? So you'd be buying their inventory and maybe like their back end and like website. I think Mudhar is big enough and smart enough that he could probably start his own thing. Sid Alpha writing translation, we're broke. Bro, this Artesian Build story got wacky real quick. Our hopes are the clients with outstanding bills and employees are indeed granted fair treatment. They probably won't be, in my opinion. Did the Twitch stream destroy their business? No. It was likely that they were about to fold anyway, based on the fact that they had alleged tax issues. They had, they clearly have cash flow issues, freezing bank accounts, losing your business license. It seems like it happens quick, but what you have here is just bad leadership. You have a CEO that was more concerned with becoming Twitch famous than with running a business in general. And I think that's ultimately what happened here. This is why I'm so happy to work with Meta PCs. Like Zach, like the guy that runs a place I talk to regularly. He's a stand-up dude. I'm doing business with him on other projects outside of Meta PCs because I trust him, and he runs a tight ship, and he's respected in the industry. Is this the only reason? It took 8 days from screwing over an ambassador to shutting down the entire company. Yeah. But they were broke anyway. They were already looking for employee buyouts. My recommendation from somebody who understands business is that anybody considering buying this brand just stays away from it. Because remember, when you buy brands like this, you're also buying their debt, their reputation. And, not a lot of people, when they Google Artesian builds, they're going to see videos like this, and they're not going to see that, some good faith person came and bought their product. Maybe somebody with enough money. The numbers I'm seeing for the number of builds that they were doing is impressive, but I imagine that's just completely been shut off now. Now, a couple of their employees have emailed me after I put out a tweet saying that I will try to find them employment. And this is also something Gamer Nexus did, Gamers Nexus, and he's probably more well-connected than I am. But again, I'm sure Meta would take on builders for sure, because I know their business has been going nuts ever since this happened. I know other people that can try to pass around resumes, because this isn't the fault of the individual creators. This isn't the fault of the small streamer, Pia or whatever her name was. I feel bad because the CEO probably walks away. Here's Gamers Next. I should probably follow them on Twitter. Artesian, we are open to investment. Yikes. Why would anybody invest in them? Why would you invest? And I'm sure that the employees aren't getting any kind of severance. Rumors are circling that CEO Noah Kratz, in a now viral clip belittling a small ambassador and stealing giveaway from them, has been evading taxes and is now under investigation. These aren't confirmed. They're pretty close to confirmed. I think that there's some people talking about how his parents stepped in and was trying to help him. Yikes. Cautionary tale. Run a business or be a Twitch streamer. You can't be both, at least if you're Noah Kratz. My heart goes out to everyone who was fired unceremoniously last night, and I'll do the best I can to help you find new employment. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.